Hello everybody, my name is Pyrac, and in today's video, of course, we're back with some more Monster Hunter. This time though, we're in some Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. And today, if you find yourself enjoying this video, please consider subscribing, as it heavily helps out, and apparently 80% or so of my viewers are still not subscribed. Otherwise, hope you enjoy. I wanted to bring up the question of Diablos or Monoblos in Monster Hunter Wilds, potentially. If you play Monster Hunter Wilds, or at least seen it, you know that the desert is pretty vast. And I think they've done a relatively good job at making it decent for the monsters in that area, rather than the hunter, which biome should generally be for the monster, not the hunter. But, yeah, which one do you think would fit better out of the two? Because, in my opinion, I would love to see this variation specifically of Diablos come back, but I'd also be really cool with seeing a Monoblos in a... I guess mainline game is a way to put it, because he's in stories as well, and he's in, obviously, the older games, which is where he's originally from. But yeah, I'd be happy to see him. Also, I'm brain farting so hard. He's done so many sequencing options that I should have punished with Elemental Discharge, but again, brain farted. Okay, I was going to say, you're either going to tail sweep or head slam, and unfortunately you chose the one that doesn't work if I'm facing you. But that's okay. But yeah, I'd be happy to see Monoblos come back just to experience his fight and kind of what they would do with him. Because obviously he's from the older games, so they'd have to redesign him a little bit. But I think it'd be pretty cool. And I fought him in Stories 2? Yeah, I fought him in Stories 2, because it's the one I played. Couldn't remember if he's actually in the first. But definitely have fought him. There. Bang, bang. And yeah, obviously, if we get Diablos back, I would love to see this variation of him come back, because I cannot stand the world variation. I wouldn't mind the older ones either, but the world one in particular... I think I have to go play world again. Because when I think of Diablos from world, all I think about is Black Diablos, and I hate her fight so much. Because you basically just don't get to play the game. Because she charges you and then tunnels. Actually, yeah, I think regular Diablos does that there too. But, yeah. Would much prefer to see Sunbreak's version come back, if anything. Or GU. I'd be fine with GU as well. Obviously, not mentioning Apex Diablos or Bloodbath Diablos, because it's just a variant. Obviously, if we get the variant, we're probably getting the original as well. Although, in saying that, we got Fulgur Anjanath. And Ebony Odogaron, so maybe might see Black Diablos come back. Or Bloodbath. That'd be interesting. Although I don't think they would do Bloodbath again. Just for those that haven't played Sunbreak, he's essentially in this game is just tuned down a good bit. I didn't find Black Diablo, or not Black Diablos, I didn't find... there's no way I can make it far enough, yeah. I didn't find Bloodbath that bad. I think I even first tried him with, I want to say, one card? I'd have to go rewatch the GU video where I fought him, but I think it was one card. That or Carlos. Either way, it was first attempt and he wasn't that bad. It was just a lot of Apex Diablos' moves, which I'm pretty familiar with on a older game where you have Valor to break everything in the game, because, my god, Valor mode was disgusting. Nope. Okay. Bang, bang. Also, this wasn't supposed to be a Monster Hunter video today. I was actually going to throw you a curveball, but I got extremely busy while editing it, so that didn't happen. Hence why you're getting a really, really late Sunbreak video on a topic that I don't think I've talked about. Obviously, it's been a common thing since Monoblos hasn't been in the games as of recently, so I figured it was interesting to talk about it, especially with Stories 3 around the corner. I feel like he's going to be there because I think he was in the first and the second, but we'll see. I've done barely any counters in this hunt, which is kind of a crime because Elemental Burst counter is very crispy. It's easily one of the more enjoyable things about this game, Switch Axe, apart from the morph combos, of course, which I still really, really hope that we get a buff to morph combos to actually make them usable instead of just full release slashing over and over and over again, which honestly, that's kind of how Switch Axe has been anyway. Like, we either spam one thing or another, and there's no in-between, really. I guess the best in-between was probably World in that sense, because you could run Pyrac as much as I didn't like it. You could run ZSD, which most people did, or you could do the, I think there was another mode, right? There was, like, standard sword combos, I think was the more optimal one out of the bunch. Where you just use sword, like, really, really well, and then swap between them to obviously get your sword gauge back and things like that. I think that was the third. It's been so long since I played World, honestly. I should go fight a Archtempo Velkhana again, bully one. Because she's fun. And it's basically this game, just with a good Velkhana, opposed to this one's gambling addiction, because it's basically a slot machine in this game. How did that hit me? Fantastic. See, that didn't. I was going to say, I'm going to counter, but I don't know what option he's going to do here in the corner while I'm under him. Apparently tail sweep. We take those. Also using this build because it's just the one I had on. There's no reason in particular. Surprised he went away from me because... yeah, it's going to hit me. There's no way I can get away from that. Oh, damage check. Yeah, just using this Switch Axe because it's the one I had equipped. Obviously, Elemental will be much, much better on Diablos here. Takes a lot of elemental damage, and you can see him quite well. So, it's quite good in that sense. I don't know why I did full Heaven Sword Flurry. I think that's what it was called, right? Heaven Sword Flurry? Something like that. It's been a long time since I looked at the names of attacks in this game. Not that I really looked at them, it was more like I just knew them. Because I played a lot. Actually, I did training a decent bit. That's why I knew them more so than anything. Like, good hour or two of training just to learn the weapon. And see how it felt to play. Nice trip. Smack him in the noggin. It's staying fire starburst beetles because obviously no element on here. This is just a regular old raw weapon with exhaust. I thought he was gonna roar. Like that. Thought he was gonna roar, because he was. There. Has a hitbox on the way down. I think it's just one of them, but he does. It's like a wind pressure, even. I don't even think it's a proper hitbox. Obviously it's a hitbox, because it hit me, and it's a box. But yeah. I just head slamming. Oh, I hyper-armored it. But no damage. That's okay. Go to the tail. Get some damage. What are you doing, Ibuki? What are you cooking? Whirlwind Assault? My man. Get him! Spin! Surprised that worked. We take those though. And there. I think he's health locked. I want to say... Sir, I say, sir, are you health locked? No. Bang. Ugh. Did not think he was bite. What a paralysis timing. Thank you, cats. Putting in overtime. And there was our stun into the death. But yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see out of the two. I personally would like to see Monoblos. Or, again, this variation of Diablos. Where he doesn't tunnel as much. To the point where he's just annoying to hit. Why is this not recording voice? Thank you, Audacity. This is why you record with two separate tracks. Audacity isn't recording right now for some reason. That's amazing. Well, everybody, that was basically a video questioning whether we get Monoblos or Diablos for Monster Hunter Wilds. Again, personally would like to see Monoblos just for something new, or this game's variation of Diablos, where he doesn't tunnel remotely as much. As always, though, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.